In 1976, the United States marked its 200th birthday through thousands of local, decentralized events. It was a bipartisan effort that focused on community restorations and city-led parades. 50 years later, the planning for the 250th anniversary followed a different path. The original roadmap for 2026 was designed to mirror that inclusive spirit. A commission called America 250 was established a full decade in advance, tasked with organizing a bipartisan nationwide commemoration. But as the milestone approached, the Trump administration sidelined that official commission. In its place, they elevated Freedom 250, a parallel organization run directly out of the White House, with significantly less public oversight. A report from the House Natural Resources Committee detailed the financial shift. Initially, corporate and private donations meant for the national celebration were directed toward the lucrative, no-bid contracts to political allies. Shifting the planning from a decade-long bipartisan commission into a secretive White House office removed the standard checks and balances usually required for federal events. The foundation for the national birthday was now being built by a single political office. The consequences of this centralization were immediate. Citing high costs and the hyper-partisan nature of the event, more than 10 U.S. states refused to send delegations, leaving a row of empty pavilions sitting on the National Mall. The entertainment lineup faced its own crisis. Major country and rock artists abruptly pulled out, stating they had been misled into booking a national anniversary event that had actually become a partisan political rally. Organizers scrambled for replacements, resulting in a roster that featured strictly partisan figures. The new schedule traded mainstream acts for figures like Robert F. Kennedy Jr., hosting Make America Healthy Again Mondays. By the time the fair was set to begin, the project had already alienated large portions of the country and lost its primary cultural draws. On opening day, June 24th, President Trump declared the event a success, later claiming that 45,000 people were in attendance. Journalists documenting the event captured a different scene. Press footage showed vast sections of empty seats and attendees walking toward the exits during the opening address. Those who remained faced extreme heat and soaring concession prices. Inside the fair, vendors were charging $9 for lemonade and $25 for a single stuffed pretzel. Opening day was defined by this disconnect. While official accounts focused on crowd counts, the visitors on the ground navigated a venue that prioritized profit extraction over the public experience. The physical mechanics of the fair broke down on day 2. A power outage struck the newly built food hall, cutting off electricity to dozens of vendors. In the sweltering heat, mass quantities of food inventory spoiled. The generator failure also halted the fair's signature attraction, a 110-foot observation wheel, leaving it motionless in the middle of the National Mall. On June 28th, weather forced organizers to shut the fair down early. Frustrated crowds were met with a digital billboard containing a glaring typo, instructing them to check the Freedom 250 social media pages for updates. When event funding is funneled to political allies instead of vetted contractors, the basic infrastructure required to run a live event, from generators to electrical grids, is less likely to withstand the pressure of a massive crowd. The chaos wasn't limited to the mall. To accommodate the fair, the National Park Service was displaced from its traditional downtown launch site. A secondary, underfunded fireworks show was pushed across the river to Anacostia Park. Ward 8 families found a site with almost no logistical support. Despite official emails promising hydration, there were no water stations, and the park's permanent plumbing was broken. The fireworks faced a 2-hour delay. As families waited in the dark, park rangers refused to turn on the area's lights, leaving neighbors to navigate wet, rocky terrain in total darkness. Back on the National Mall, triple-digit heat and severe thunderstorms derailed the main celebration. Emergency personnel were forced to evacuate the mall, leaving the venue completely abandoned and covered in mud, while the president delayed his speech. The dual disasters in Anacostia and on the mall highlighted a complete logistical breakdown. The results demonstrated the risk of prioritizing political spectacle over the basic event management required for public safety. Just days prior to this collapse, a different milestone occurred in Chicago. On Juneteenth, the Obama Presidential Center opened its doors in Jackson Park. The Chicago launch was a flawlessly managed event with bipartisan attendance, featuring 3 former presidents appearing together to celebrate the center's opening. Public interest in the Obama Center was so high that museum entry slots sold out deep into the autumn, creating a stark contrast to the empty state pavilions on the National Mall. The Obama Center succeeded by spending years investing in local infrastructure, inclusive design, and community needs like public library branches and athletic centers. The physical collapse of Freedom 250 reflects the breakdown of its planning. It stands as a case study in the cost of replacing institutional expertise and public oversight with a system of pay-to-play access.